Lost Cities. Atlantis. The legend of Atlantis dates back to 360 BC, when the Greek philosopher Plato first described it. He said it was an advanced nation whose people lived on a beautiful island. According to Plato, Atlantis sank in the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune. People have searched for the city for thousands of years, but it remains lost. Lost cities are human settlements that become nearly or completely uninhabited. The locations of many of these places have been forgotten. However, these cities have interested people since before Plato wrote about Atlantis, and they continue to spark people's imaginations today. They offer a look into our ancient past and promise of new secrets to discover. Atlantis may still hide beneath the ocean waves, but other cities have been found and explored. What is archaeology? The word archaeology comes from the Greek, meaning study of old things. Archaeologists study how humans have lived in the past, explained Dr. Chip Caldwell Chantafant. We do this by studying the things that people have left behind, often their trash. So, we study stuff like old house, broken bowls, and the bones of animals that have been eaten. As scientists, we piece all of these bits of past together like a giant puzzle, which gives us a picture of what life was like a long time ago. The Lost City in Mountains, Machu Picchu, Peru. High in the Andes Mountains sits Machu Picchu. Only around 1,000 people inhabited the lost city of Incas from roughly 1450 AD to 1572. The Incas had no system of writing, so no one is sure what the city was used for or why people left. Archaeologists still debate whether it was a regular village, a home for the ruler's family, or a religious sanctuary. The Incas constructed the large buildings, walls, ramps, and more than 700 terraces without using iron, steel, or wheels. Many local people knew about Machu Picchu, but the city only came to the attention of the world in 1911. A local guide led Hiram Bingham, an American explorer, to the site. The city lost under ash, Pompeii, Italy. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted for 2 days, burying the city of Pompeii under 20 feet, 6 meters of ash. The city remained covered for almost 1,700 years before its discovery in 1748. The archaeologists' discoveries amazed people around the world. The layers of ash preserved the city, providing a window into how people lived during the Roman Empire. Painting, shops, and all the bits and pieces of people's daily lives remained untouched. The ash even formed casts around the body of those who once lived in Pompeii. Since its discovery, only about two-thirds of the city has been uncovered. So archaeologists have many more years of work ahead. The city of traders, the Great Zimbabwe. The Great Zimbabwe was the center of a trading empire in Southern Africa from around 1180 to 1580. Evidence suggests that 12,000 or more people lived there at its peak. Artifacts found at the site include gold beads, bronze spearheads, iron utensils, and carved sandstone statues. Skilled builders carefully carved stones and set them on top of the land. The archaeologists think the people left the city slowly as they used up all the natural resources. The giant city, Angkor, Cambodia. At around 400 square miles, 1,000 square kilometers, Angkor in Cambodia was once the capital of a large empire. Around a million people lived there from 800 to 1400 AD, making it the largest city in the world at the time. Angkor had an advanced system for holding and carrying water through the sea. Evidence suggests that people lived when this people system became too large and fell into disrepair. Some archaeologists think invaders attacked the city, but no one knows for sure. However, the city was never completely empty. People live in Angkor today. The city has over 1,000 temples, including Angkor Wat, which is the largest religious monument in the world. The stone city, Petra, Jordan. The word Petra means rock in Greek. It's a good name for a city beautifully carved out of sandstone cliff. The Nabatean people built the city, but experts aren't sure when. It was already booming city in 300 BC, which record shows that the king of a neighboring country unsuccessfully attacked it. At the time, Petra was a trade center because it was built in a desert. It has a complex system for moving water that used pipes, reservoirs, and waterways. Archaeologists think that an earthquake destroyed the water system, forcing people to leave. The discovery of new trade routes away from Petra may also have contributed to the people to leaving the city. Petra was known to the local people, but it wasn't visited by people from outside until 1812. Only a small part of the city has been uncovered. Most of Petra is still hidden underground. The city in the poem Troy, Turkey. The Iliad, an ancient Greek poem written by Homer, tells the story of Trojan War. In the poem, the Greek city of Troy was under siege by the Greeks for 10 years. People searched for the city for hundreds of years, but never found it. The scholar thought Troy only existed in stories. Then, in 1871, an excavation in Turkey found the remains of a city matching the description of Troy. As archaeologists dug deeper, they found 9 cities built on one on top of another. The first city of choice was built around 3000 BC. Modern excavations have found huge walls like those described in the Iliad. Most archaeologists agree that this is ancient Troy. However, they still debate which layer is the city described in the ancient poem. A recent discovery. In 2000, archaeologist Frank Godiot discovered the ruins of Tunis Hequina. This important Greek port was once believed to be only a legend. Godiot also solved another riddle by revealing that Tunis and Hequin were actually two different names for the same city. Tunis was the Egyptian name of city and Hequin was the Greek name. The search continues. The archaeologists and others have found many lost cities over the years, but many but others may remain hidden. Many countries around the world have their own stories about cities that have disappeared for one reason or another. The most famous of all, however, is still the Atlantis. The search for the legendary city continues, but it very well would be a story invented by a poet, but who knows?